He'll always be home to me.
I hear the train coming, rolling round the bend. And I ain't seen sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, and they're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free, but those people keep moving. That's what tortures me. Oh, if they freed me from this prison and that railroad train was mine, I'd probably move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Cause baby, now it's got red blood. You know we used to be red blood. So take a look what you've done. Cause baby, now it's got red blood. Now it's got red blood. Shit, I don't think we can stand blood. You made a really dangerous. And baby, now it's got red blood. Did you have to do this? I was thinking that you could be trusted. Did you have to ruin what was shiny? Now it's all rusted. Did you have to hit me where I'm weak? Baby, I couldn't breathe.
don't think it's in the past. These kind of words, they last and they last. Now did you think it all through? All these things will catch up to you, and I can't help with this wrong. So if you're coming my way, just don't. Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times you and I. 'Cause baby, now we got it, to know we used to be. So take a look at you. 'Cause baby, now we got it. Now we got it. Shit, I don't think we can stop. You better really take it. And baby, now we got it. Band-aids don't fix bullet holes. You say sorry just for show. You live like that, you live with ghosts. Band-aids don't fix bullet holes. You say sorry just for show. If you live like that, you live with ghosts. If you love like that, run, run. 'Cause baby, now we got it. You know we used to be. So take a look at you. 'Cause baby, now we got it. Now we got it. Shit, I don't think we can stop. You better really take it. And baby, now we got it. 'Cause baby, now we got it. You know we used to be. So take a look at you. 'Cause baby, now we got it. Now we got it. Shit, I don't think we can stop. You better really take it. And baby, now we got it.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to show. I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise, the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. And I chose to use said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain. 'Cause I've got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away.
As I just...
Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Well, I wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bills. Well, once two strangers climbed old Rocky Top looking for a moonshine still. Now the strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top, I reckon they never will. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Yeah! Wow, well, once I had a girl on Rocky Top, half baby, the other half cat. Wow, doesn't make a sweet and soda pop. I still dream about that. Well, come on, grow it all on Rocky Top. Dirt's too rocky by far. Yeah, that's why all the folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Drink
You'll always be home to me.
I hear the train come rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
All right, boys and gals, hype train up in this biatch. What's up to everybody out there? I'm Terry, and my wife just came in here with the most exciting news we're going to get other than a hype train. She found the Bud Light Seltzer, the fall flannel editions, with all of your pumpkin spice love. So Bud Light Seltzer, give me free stuff for promoting you on the stream. Go drink them. They're pretty delicious, a.k.a. just kidding. I do have a bald head for the people out there in the chat. Very bald indeed. The Tennessee hat covers it up, but I'm joined along of my normal guy in Byron Jones. And we also got a new guy tonight. Guy I worked with for 4 hours at Watkins Glen. Very long guy. I lost my hair with that guy. Mr. Taylor. So, guys, we're here watching an incredible race that's about to unfold here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We watched practice happen, and Byron, not a lot of wrecks so far, so it might be a telltale sign that we're going to see some good racing.
Yeah, the guys were playing very, very calm there. I was expecting to see a lot more than what I did. Saw about maybe 2 guys go around, which is really impressive. Close racing. I think we're going to have an excellent race on our hands tonight.
And Taylor, for your first time here in the Graham Construction Xfinity Series, welcome aboard, and New Hampshire couldn't be a better place to start it.
It certainly is not, and good evening, everyone. This track is going to provide some great, exciting action watching during practice early on. A lot of drivers having some fun and having a little trouble keeping control of their car off corner exit. It's going to be exciting, interesting to see how strategy will come involved later in today's race, but I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait, looking forward, and thank you guys for having me on.
Love having you on. And by the way, guys, this is the anniversary of the greatest show ever on television. Stay golden to the people in the chat. In 1985, the Golden Girls debuted as not only a pioneer for TV shows, but a pioneer for all women, to empower them that they can be the leads on their own channel and their own shows in general. First all-women cast to lead a channel on a major network. So for all of our women out there, thank you for being our friend, dun dun dun, and travel down the road and back again. And my mom's out there, and your heart is true, and you're a pal and a confidant. So I could sit here and sing the whole theme song all night long, but we got a bunch of racing to do. Thanks for the people for the hype train. That was pretty cool. Level 1 out there for the first time ever. So, Taylor, maybe you're good luck. Maybe we should have to bring you around a little bit more and get some more hype trains going to pump this party up.
Hey, let's get this party started. I don't mind. Let's start a hype train for the next race. It's going to be fun, and I got to say, it's going to be a blast working with you guys tonight.
Byron, this is going. You obviously know this is a road course as well. We could have went the road course way. We could have driven out the corner, rode around some tires, hit pit road, went inside the track. A lot of that. But it's the Magic Mile. 1 mile track, maybe 2 grooves here tonight through the corners. Do you see a lot of people trying to take it too wide? And how early do you want to push the aggression with 100 laps in this race?
I mean, having 120, this is going to be interesting. We saw fuel going to stretch about from 40 to 45 laps. That means these guys are going to be coming down, pitting at least twice. I don't know. This is going to make for an interesting race. I know that these guys are going to be close corners. I think we're going to see side by side at least to the top 10, and then you'll start to see them spread out from 10th on back, sort of play the waiting game. And who knows, maybe a caution falls right in their timing, saves their tires. I think we could be looking at a winner if it does come towards the end, someone who has that extra set laying around.
And for the people out there in the chat that don't know, we have one guy in particular that is very good at saving fuel. Joe Tardif won the race last season on fuel mileage, comes in here tonight. And Taylor, this could be a fuel strategy race if it comes down to a long green flag run.
It certainly can. This track is utilized and best known for some great fuel-saving strategy races that we've seen throughout its history of NASCAR racing. And it's going to be interesting to see if Joe can continue that trend here tonight. But I'm pretty sure looking through the field, some of them have taken notes from that last race and realized, I can maybe do that same thing too, backing off the corners a little bit, maybe getting on the throttle a little later on and letting it coast through the middle. So it's going to be interesting to see who took those notes, who will apply them, and also who will execute them to the best possible situation for them to where they can end up on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, we saw John Capps. He led practice, and now he's 7th on the board for qualifying. He's only a 10th off of the pace, Byron, but if you look down here and you go all the way back till about 12th, 0.2 of a second is going to separate every single one of those drivers. So this could be one of the closest races we've seen other than the Daytona season opener, where it was 1,000th of a second for John Capps to win that race.
Yeah, I mean, Sheldon, Thomas, Levi, so close together times. I think we're going to see a lot of side-by-side. We go back, you were just talking about it. I mean, these guys are going to be aggressive. How aggressive? We'll have to know.
I don't know either, but I tell you one thing I know. We're gritting up. It is time to go racing for our favorite time of the year. My favorite time of the year, indeed, is race day. This isn't 4 hours, Taylor. I kind of wish that it was, because we had such a good time on that 4-hour ones. But we're back to the scenes that I know. We're back to NASCAR. None of this GT4, GT3 stuff. We're gonna call some good old fashioned NASCAR racing.
Well, just a funny story, even though I do sports car racing when it comes to announcing, I actually have my background in NASCAR racing. Actually, my great grandfather used to race on the old beach circuit back in the old days. So this is my home style of racing. Looking forward to it. And I got to say, these drivers are going to be hungry for some wins here tonight.
I tell you who's making me hungry right now. The front row is a Beef Jerky Unlimited lockout. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are hungry for some beef jerky, head on over to beefjerkyunlimited.com with their 38. And there are more great flavors. And you can use the promo code WOLFPACK. And that's WULFFPACK, all caps. Go head over there, get 15% off for your order at the checkout. Tell them I sent you. They might spit in it. I don't know. Tommy's a good dude. But Sheldon, Tommy, Beef Jerky Unlimited, guys, on the front row. It's pretty awesome to see. And they're leading the defending Truck Series champion Levi McCarty and TFR's own Cole Thomas, who just took the step up to Xfinity. And Byron, last week, he was fantastic. We thought he was going to win.
Yeah, running really close. I mean, he had the speed and then just sort of lost it. I don't know. We'll have to see if he can sort of produce tonight, be able to be that guy that can stand on top, claim their victory. And if he does, I mean, that puts him into the playoffs locked in, sort of set his sights on that. But you're talking about front row. You think these guys are going to be aggressive, or you think they're going to say, hey, you know what, we're teammates, let's line up and take off?
Well, Taylor, I'll throw that one to you because we've seen them play nice, and Bomb Dude made a great paint scheme. By the way, Bomb Dude is Shelton for anybody out there when I just say it out loud. He made two incredible paint schemes. One of them's a San Diego State University, and then he made Tommy's as well. Are they going to play nice on the first lap?
If due to the fact that they're teammates, I would hope that they would play nice, but we know how short track racing can affect the mentality of drivers. It kind of changes them, and aggression levels continue to just rise and skyrocket throughout the race. So hopefully they work together, but you never know. It's going to be interesting to see when they take that green flag.
Well, here we go. Pace car is going to pull off into hopefully its rightful home for the day, as the 41 of Sheldon and the 86 of Tommy DeLago, green flags in the air. We're racing at the Magic Mile.
How about that jump already from Sheldon, able to break away from his teammates sitting in second. Now he's got such an excellent lead that he's going to be able to take off and hopefully drive away with this early.
They work down the back straightaway here. You see Thomas DeLago, his teammate's going to file in place in second position. Levi McCarty is going to hold on third. The next battle you have is going to be between the 43 of Cole Thomas and Robert Doyoag in the 89. He'll slide right up in front as they come out of four.
The slide job worked perfectly right there. I wasn't expecting Robert to make that move, but he made it perfectly. And now the 702 of John Capps, fastest in practice, tries to get his way up there all the way against the wall. A unique line to run here, Byron, but it does pay off and saves your tires to arc off the exit.
Yeah, make this track look like a diamond. Allow yourself to get that straightaway speed coming out. As you see, that's exactly what John is currently trying to do in that 702 Miller Lite. Currently focusing on the 89 of Robert. Can't seem to catch him, though. It looks like top four already starting to drive away from the pack.
How about this big move right here by Cole Thomas? He'll send it to the inside in the middle of turns 1 and 2 underneath the 18 of Levi McCarty. Off of turn 2, McCarty still has a bit of advantage to hold him back side by side as they head down into turn 3. McCarty's going to try to take the outside but can't quite make it stick. This is great battling right here, Terry.
Big trouble for Brian Kaufman in the 01. The Chevrolet spun off the exit of turn 2, down the back straightaway, went hard into the inside wall. No caution. iRacing does not throw them if they're a single car spin here at New Hampshire. We learned that in practice. I learned it firsthand. I spun I don't know how many times. Never got a caution whatsoever. But the hottest battle on the racetrack right now is for this P3 position. And Colt's not wanting to give it up. And Levi's fighting really hard on the outside to keep this. But Byron, is fighting this hard a smart move?
No, I think it's just a waste of tires at this point. These guys continuously battling side by side. Not only is that allowing the leader to get even further, but that's now burning their tires off. 89 now looking to get up into this battle, coming down the backstretch.
Oh, somebody's hard on the wall back there.
Ooh, who was that who got hard? on the wall back?
77 of 7 hard into the wall, but he was able to save it.
Tough break for Crawford as he continues on his way. He sits in that 9th position, but how about Robert Diogo in that 89? He was able to back off and make up some ground on your top 5. But here comes John Caps with a big send to the inside. He'll now go to the top side of the racetrack as they work off of turn number 2. It is Toyota versus Chevrolet as they come out of 2. Here comes Caps with a big run of momentum on the outside.
Man, that was an incredible move right there from the high side down to the middle. He made it stick. Robert backed off a little bit, wanting to save the tires, and here comes Brandon Blinky hit the wall McGee in this beautiful red, white, and blue Mountain Dew Chevrolet, paying a little tribute back here to 9/11, to all the people that had fell victim to that horrible incident. A wonderful paint scheme that they put on together, Byron. And it's good to see him running in the 7th position because he's kind of had some bad luck throughout the season.
Yeah, hasn't had, what we would call an excellent start to the season. Like you said, has had some rough ones, getting caught in the wall. Of course, that's why we call him Blinky Wall McGee. As I say that, 89 in front, blinks in front of him. But yeah, now starting to fall off. Do you think tires are now starting to come into a factor as the 60 of Rule Thane is trying to catch him now? Battling for position, actually, it looks like position 6 now as Robert's starting to fall off too.
Look at Thomas Cole, though. He's now caught up to the back bumper of Thomas Diatlago as they'll go side by side into turns 3 and 4. He's going to try to put the slide job on him, but can't quite make it stick. Diatlago will hold off on the outside lane, but Cole Thomas tries to get the inside advantage to his working as they come across the line. He holds second place. He's going to try to send it in down into turns 1 and 2, but it's still going to be a side-by-side battle for second.
Yeah, they stay side by side right here, and Tommy is one of our premier sponsors out here. Taylor, he came out here. He said, "Hey, take whatever you need. We'll give you whatever you want to run." And he sponsors our truck series, but he comes out here and he races both of them, and he does a phenomenal job of just managing his stuff throughout the run. Doesn't overtake what the car can give him, and now battling against who would be technically a rookie in this series. Getting the call, getting the nod up, and he has done a phenomenal job so far of saving his stuff. Cole Thomas has been just marvelous. Our one of 2 Canadians in the field here tonight.
Yeah, certainly a great drive that Cole's having here as he sits in that 3rd position. He's going to try to make sure that we see Levi McCarty not get by him as he's having a very consistent run. Looking at his lap times right now, he's running a little bit actually faster than your race leader, Sheldon Fettig.
Byron, man, he is running better. I mean, he's running about 100th better, but Tommy has a faster lap. He's a 10th faster than the leader at this very moment. We talked about strategy throughout the race, or throughout the pre-race show so far, 11 laps into this show. They're having to work at not overdriving the corners, and I don't know if you've raced here or not, but it's a really tough track to get around.
Yeah, I can only imagine with how loose this thing can be. Plus, if you accidentally lock up those tires, that car sort of seals your fate for the rest of your run. But yeah, Thomas now doing an excellent job trying to keep that 43 of Cole behind him. But don't look now. The 702 of John Caps now starting to make his way up as they are now battling for second between Cole and Thomas.
Yeah, battle for second, still hot on the heels. Cole Thomas is trying to make his way up there. He has done everything he could to get into the series, and he's being a mainstay so far, starting to creep up in the points standings. And now he's fighting one of the best, one of the guys who was able to hold off the champion in the truck series of Levi McCarty to win at Nashville in the regular season finale. And now racing here around the Magic Mile, it's been good to see. A lot of people thought that this was going to be a crapshoot. Who could survive the mayhem? But Taylor, 13 laps in, they're going to cross 14 laps on the board. They're doing a phenomenal job.
They certainly are, keeping it nice and clean. Looking through your top 10 right now, pretty much everyone's trying to be single file. There's a couple of small battles happening here and there. In fact, if you look around that 5th position between Robert Diogo, Levi McCarty, and Rule Thane as they come off of turn 2, actually a close call for McCarty as Thane tried to send it in on the inside, had to back out in order not to make contact. But overall, everyone's just minding their P's and Q's, just getting settled into a rhythm. You see those battles still happening as we look a little further back around outside the top 10 as drivers are trying to just get settled in, make it to their first round of pit stops, make adjustments if they need to, and then continue on.
We had one of the other guys to spotlight out here, the 23 car, brand new, brand spanking new. I sent him an invite about a week ago. This is Tony Resler, a veteran, one of my good buddies. I was his team leader and squad leader at Fort Stewart. Great kid. And he said, I want to come race, and he's making a splash. Top 15 so far, just minding his own business, sitting back there, running different lines than everybody else. But Byron, could a guy like Tony be one of those people that tries to save fuel? Because, I mean, Joe is back in the 19th position. He's slowing him down. And, I mean, Tony's running around the same lap times to save some fuel.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily we'll see fuel strategy, but I could be wrong. They did mention 40 to 45, but that is never always correct if we have seen before for sure. But yeah, Tony's sort of on an island of his own. Another rookie you're talking about, Brandon Burt, sitting in position number 17. He's trying to track down Tony. But yeah, I think at this point, if you're towards the back, you got to think about that fuel saving and what it could possibly do to allow you advance further in the race.
And they're fighting with our in-race reporter. Get a good look at him on the inside of his car right here of what he's having to do. That's Reese Kelva, also known as Texas Kelva, over there at the Texas Family Racing Crew. Doing a phenomenal job so far being our in-race reporter. I don't know if he knows he's on camera. He might be smiling or waving when he finally sees it or catches a glimpse. But he's doing a great job so far, kind of navigating his way around here. He's going to get passed by Joe Tardif. Oh, and they make contact. Right when I spin it to him, the commentator curse strikes again. 6 gets bumped up the racetrack, and now here comes Anthony Zirkle in the 61.
Don't mention that to our one of our social media friends, Eric Messer. He would definitely put that on social media for that commentator's curse there as we watch these battles happening on here. But Joe Tardif has been able to work his way up into that 18th spot, struggling a little bit right now is that after that damage he sustained. But one driver who I've been watching, John Capps, he's now up to 3rd position and running down your race leaders. In fact, he's going to send it in deep to the inside of Thomas DeLago through turns 3 and 4 to see if he gets a better run off corner exit. Can't quite make it stick, but I just saw how he sent it in there. He was practically sideways coming off corner exit.
Yes, sending him on in there, 702. John Capps, I mean, he's already locked into the playoffs. He knows that he's just out here racing for points to try to get himself elevated throughout our season finale. As right now, here comes Cole Thomas. He's sailing it back to the inside. Everybody on back to about the 6th place position have caught up to them. Actually make that to the 8th place position because here comes Seven Crawford as well. He's jumped up 4 positions. Even though he had some damage on the right-hand side of that vehicle, he's still making a great way and a charge to the front, Byron.
Yeah, doing an excellent job, off to a rough start this season, but now he's starting to rebound, trying to make some advancements heading into New Hampshire. This could be an excellent turnaround for him if even he can walk away with the top 10. As you see, looking at him, though, looks like he started to get a little loose. How much longer do you expect until we start seeing tire fall off, drivers having to think about pitting? Because I tell you what, I'm sure those tires ain't going to be able to last on that fuel.
Yeah, some people have already fell off 1 second or 1.1 second so far. We're 22 laps into this event. The best tire fall off I've seen so far has been down here with the 60 car of Royal. He's only ran, his fastest lap was a 31.0, and he's running 31.9, so he's 9/10 of a second back here. There goes Robert. He's spinning. Levi's collected with him. Caution flag is out.
Tough break.
Ooh. Center in there. He plugged it in there. Man, that's tough.
That certainly is tough right there for Robert as he was just trying to hold his line, gets a little bit wide after that contact. Unfortunately for Levi McCarty, he's going to also have some sustained damage as well to that nose of that Toyota Supra. So tough break for 2 drivers who were running strong early on.
And Byron, it's so easy to lock these brakes up and kind of skid it in there. Anything they could have done to maybe change the outcome of that?
Typically, if you're going to lock up, either try to break a little less, turn down more. I don't know. I don't know how else you could have avoided that. Obviously, those are tough ones to avoid because they're side by side, just happen to get the corner because you tried to lock up, knowing that he was going to come down. And sometimes it's just the unavoidable is what happens. As we are looking now, everybody's coming down pit road, getting those fresh tires. Man, it's going to help out a few a lot.
And we're actually going to get a word real quick with our in-race reporter down here. Yo, Reese, how are you doing, my man?
What up, buddy? Doing good, doing good.
Well, I'm not going to say we commentator cursed you at all, but we kind of commentator
No,
cursed
y'all
you.
did. Yep. Definitely a commentator curse, but
So,
okay,
yeah, right when we pan the camera to you to show the fans at home your beautiful face with that god-awful Texas flag hanging on your head, you go into the wall. What happened, and did you have any words that are PG enough to say on the stream?
Probably not. I don't know, man. Turn 2 here, New Hampshire. It's a struggle bus.
What are you dipping right now? Maybe we'll plug one of those.
Copenhagen Mint, baby.
Copenhagen Mint, that's the way to go. If anybody, that's what I used to dip. Anybody likes to dip, that's your dip. So your sponsored 3D energy drink out there, new partner over there with Texas Family Racing. I know you got some. Yeah, I figured you'd get the sponsor plug out there. So how good is the energy drink, and does it have a lot of sugar in it?
It's amazing. It doesn't. What we got here? Hold on, let's look. 0 sugars. Whoa, well.
Don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall.
0 sugars. It tastes so good. It doesn't put you in a hospital bed like Monster Energy does.
Oh, well. Shots fired to Monster Energy.
Hey, now. We might have some words after this race.
Reese, this is Taylor.
Sir.
Taylor, this is Reese.
Taylor, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. How you doing tonight? It looks like you haven't.
Good. Yeah, we got the broadcaster curse going on here. Falling from 13th to the 18th. We're going to have to fight back. We burnt the tires quick.
That is my bad. We're going to move you on back. Thanks for being our in-race reporter tonight. And we're going to continue to pick on you throughout the stream. So just get ready for our next line of questioning.
I love it.
See you, boo.
Yeah.
That is Reese Kelva. And while we're under this first commercial break, we're going to take you on a quick side-by-side, very quick, and go see what HMG Innovations is doing.
Yeah.
That is what HMG Innovations has going on over there. You can check them out on Facebook and at Twitter at HMG_innovations to find out all of their pricing details. Make your paint on your race car look a whole lot better as we're coming green here to put lap 26 on the board. 41.86 front row once again. Green flags back out, and we're racing at New Hampshire.
Just went to go check the back here because I was checking in with one of my friends. But yeah, already stacked up in this back. I'm seeing guys going 3-4 wide. Checked in your Twitch. Mr. Brandon Burt said 73s are running great. I beg to differ. No, I'm just playing. Running 22nd now. He's got a huge cluster in front of him. I mean, shoot, you check from that hood. He's got a lot of
it's
work
going
ahead of
around.
him as guys are now going around.
Hey, it's going around. 48 goes hard into him. Here goes the 0-1. Tough break for him. Woody makes it through. Thank goodness for the 32 of Woody Woodard makes it through. But that was wild.
That was wild indeed. Looking at the replay of that, of course, it all started right around between the 8 of Matt Flemings and then throw in, I believe, the 03 of James Woodard, and then the 6 as well, I think, made contact of Reese Kelva, who made contact. So it was just an accordion effect that just caused all of that chaos right there entering turn 3.
That was big chaos right there. It's kind of what we thought we would see in the first 22 laps. We did not see it, but the eights all tore up. Matthew Fleming, guy that came into Daytona with a huge chip on his shoulder, and he didn't even have to tell me that. You could just tell with the way he was driving at the restrictor plate race, Byron. He led virtually every single lap, which is impossible to do at Daytona, but he made it work, but just to come up so short in both races.
Yeah, that's the worst thing to have to happen to you as a race car driver, saying, hey, you know what? I'm the most dominant one here. I have it. I have the speed. I almost got it locked up. And then you have somebody come from absolutely nowhere and just, steal it from you. That's heartbreaking. Hopefully Matthew will be able to sort of get something out of here, be able to produce something. It's got a long season ahead of him, though. I think he could put it in victory lane at some point this season.
Well, Woody Woodard is going to be your free pass right here. And while we're under this caution, we're going to debut another commercial. And this commercial is something that's near and dear to mine. We're coming up on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you know anybody that has dealt with breast cancer in your family, we're going to do, at some point in time, a race called Pink It Forward. And we're going to do this, and we're going to make sure we raise enough money, if possible. I'm even going to dye my facial hair pink for this event while we do it. So go take a look over there. You can find out where to donate, where to go. Let us know. We're back live. Hopefully people out there in the chat, we've just jumped back up, and thank you to my amazing wife for making sure that she tells you. For those of you who have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon account to get Twitch Gaming, aka Prime Gaming. You receive one free subscription per month. Take advantage of the opportunity and subscribe to your favorite channel. It doesn't have to be me, but take advantage of what you pay for. Stretch it out to the last minute. Go Podium. Go over to Rick James TV 1. Head on over to Curtis KS Gaming 51. Show some love around the entire community of people you can subscribe to, and make somebody's day by creating some positive momentum for them to build themselves into a bigger streamer than they are. But we're back here, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're 2x2. Once again, lap 31 is going to be on the board. Byron, we saw the crash happen. Not what we had expected that late into the race, but we're going back green right here. Do you think we're going to stack them up again?
I think after those last two cautions, these guys got to play it smart. I think you see them single file out for a bit and then start to get aggressive, and we may see another one as we are now green flag racing. Great jump by the leader of the 41 of Sheldon Fettig.
As they work off of turn number 2, a lot of switching around, trying to get themselves organized off of turn 2. Keeping an eye on your race leader right here. Of course, Sheldon Fettig has pulled away, but here comes Cole Thomas, the new up-and-coming driver. He's going to try to get into the back bumper of Sheldon as they come off of turn 4. Rule Thane also involved in the mix as he's moved up to 3rd position as they work off of turn 4. A little bit of trouble for Chevin Crawford as he had to get a little bit loose off corner exit, but is going to fight on in that 5th position. But here comes Levi McCarty.
Levi McCarty's making a great way to the front. Here comes Kerry Moore, the actual sponsor of this series right here, the Graham Construction Xfinity Series in the Michelob Ultra Chevy Camaro. They're going to tuck back in behind 7. Good friends, they're teammates, but I'm very impressed with what this 43 of the TFR guys are doing, because here he comes side by side. He tried to get a nose in there on him, tried to make it stick down the front straightaway, and now he's definitely going to make a charge into turn number 1, Byron.
At what point do you see him sort of send it in, maybe spin someone? That's the question. We've seen it happen with Denny Hamlin. There you go, side by side on the quarter panel coming down the backstretch. Does he have enough coming into the corner, Taylor?
We're going to find out as he sends it down into turns 3 and 4. Cole Thomas has a nose over Sheldon, but can he pull the pass off? The answer is going to be no. Sheldon will hold on to the outside, side by side as they come across the line, give the lead back over to Sheldon Fettig. Cole Thomas is going to power back into the inside lane. He'll try to slide job, but Sheldon gets a nose to the outside off of turn 2. They're still side by side off of turn 2, but Cole might make it work, gets loose. That's going to allow Sheldon to still battle back on.
41-43 putting on one heck of a show right here as they go into turns number 3. 43 is going to try to get it right there, but the 41's been so good on the center of the corner and the exit, but this time the 43 is going to make it stick, put Cole Thomas to the lead, and I believe every race he has been in so far, the 43 of Cole Thomas, Byron, has led a lap.
Yeah, Cole just seems to be dominant about midway through the race, slowly falls off. Hopefully he can keep this streak rolling, stay up front through the rest of it. But with that battle side by side between Sheldon, may have rubbed off some tires on him, because here comes Rule Thane now trying to make a hard charge, trying to put contention on that fight for second place.
As they come across the start-finish line, it's going to be 36 laps completed. As they dive it down into turn 1, your top 3 is now starting to separate themselves a little bit. But here comes Thomas DeLago as they come out of turn 2. He's going to make up some ground on your top 3. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be single file. Meanwhile, a little further back, we got a car off. That's John Capps who spun it down to the inside. No caution out as he's out of the racing group, but a big points hit right there for him.
Yeah, John Capps having a bit of an issue right here as we try to go back here and catch up with him. He is all crinkled up in the front end of that Toyota Supra, but he still powers on. He continues to do what he's doing, but back here in this field, here comes the 46. That is Sean Kostritza. He is battling along with 2 TFR guys, Trevor and Reese Kelva. They have been some of the best paint schemes so far throughout the season. And I would hope to get a word. Something had happened to Brad Kirby on this cycle. He is now 1 lap down in 24th position, and I think he's mad.
I think it has shown that he may have disconnected, so something must have happened to his internet not playing nice with him. Maybe iRacing wasn't very unfortunate for him, but looking up here in the battles, look at this. Tony now trying to make a battle side by side with 7. Well, slowly starting to fall off now, but he's trying to get back in it. Tony having one heck of a run early on this race.
He certainly is right now, as Tony Ritzler's going to try to see if he can get to the back bumper of Crawford off of turn 4. He has some pressure from Robert as they come across the start-finish line, but meanwhile, back up front, Cole Thomas has checked out to about a 1.6-second lead over the rest of your field. He is absolutely flying out there off of turn 2, though. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, you have the battle for the 5th position between Kerry Moore and Chevin Crawford. Crawford's going to try to take it in there, get right up on the back bumper of that 84 Camaro. Ford versus Chevy. We see Crawford taking a peek to the inside. Can't get his nose in just yet, but is going to try his best off of turn 1.
Yeah, 77 of 7. That's a mouthful, Taylor, if you ever just sit down and say it, especially when he's running in the 7th place position. He's doing a phenomenal job around this racetrack, and all of these guys are. I mean, second on back is within a second or 2 seconds of one another as they come through here. But for everybody at home, you're watching these amazing cameras around here. This was all done by Brad Kirby. I know he might be disappointed in the finish right now that he's going to have in this league, but if he just takes a step back and looks at the product that he puts out here for me and you to call these races, Byron, I don't think that he could be this upset just seeing the amazing work that our Bob Ross has put on our screen.
Oh, yeah, looks amazing week in and week out. He does an excellent job. Can't wait. Going to have to talk with him soon for Watkins Glen. Going to have to get some good camera shots. But, yeah, does excellent every week. I just can't thank him enough for being able to do this for us. I feel like this is our main key to it all, especially with your love for that drone cam.
I do like my drone cam. Actually, we'll take you to the drone cam. This is one of my favorite cameras to get to run, especially when you're looking out front of these vehicles. And Taylor, I wish you could see it. If you're watching the stream, you would see the most amazing camera you can put on right here around the racetrack, just following along every little inch, and you can just see the whole racetrack here at the Magic Mile.
You certainly can, and it's just great coverage, great camera work indeed, and it's always a blast to see how just such amazing work you can do on iRacing with just the camera angles that you can get. So that way everyone who's watching on Top Esports can see what we see and just the great racing action all around us. You see the caution has come out once again.
Caution will be out for Brandon Burt. We talked about what a great run he was having in this race, but him and Anthony Zirkle, for all of you 61 fans out there, looks to me as if maybe they just made contact, and they did. Contact, and ooh, big contact, and the 01's involved again. Second time we have seen the 01 involved in an incident around this racetrack. Man, I don't think, and the only person that didn't want to see this was the man with a 3.2 second lead, Byron. Cole Thomas is putting a New Hampshire ass whooping on these fields.
Yeah, had an excellent run. Can he keep it up, and do they come down for tires? They only have 5 sets, sitting what looks to be lap number 45, so they're just hitting a third of the way in to use another set, leaving only 3, hoping that a late race caution doesn't come into effect. As I say that, here they come on down pit road. Let's see who can sort of pull off a good strategy if they come down for 2 tires or 4 tires, and of course, full fuel.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see many people taking this opportunity to come down pit road. I kind of thought that we would see people stay out here and just maybe challenge themselves to do something a little bit different. But hey, gives us the chances. Actually, Brian Kaufman and Fireball Woody stayed on the racetrack, but while these two are still on the racing surface, we're going to take you over here and see what IVRL are doing.
NASCAR, let's go. IVRL, international virtual. IVRL.
Anytime that you hear your engine screaming, IVRL, yeah, you know we ain't streaming. Loud mother rubber, runner harder than a demon. Climbing up the pit, if you catch my double meaning. Cloud 9, yeah, ain't on the move fast. One time, pit stop, get gas. You slow, best move, get past. Sit back, relax, do laughs.
Well, for everybody out there who enjoys the IVRL theme song, I know my wife hums it in the shower all the time. You can catch them every Monday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time over on Signature Esports. Good guy. I do enjoy what he does there. And for the person that just commented, BM Burt, that would be the 61 of Anthony Zirkle, who was who was to blame on that one. But Brian Kaufman holds the lead. I think he's fully committed, guys, to staying out on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's a good strategy call. We'll have to see. Of course, we talked about it during the pre-race festivities that whoever has maybe that spare fresh set of tires later on in the race when nobody else does, that could be his opportunity right there. Of course, he did pit early on as well when he had his incident. So we'll have to see how that will fare for the 01 driver.
Well, Byron, I don't know about you, but I'm always scared to stay out on old tires.
Yeah, especially when everybody else comes down, I feel like I'm going to get ran over. That's how it always feels like, oh, these guys got really good tires. They're going to be aggressive on this restart. I'm just going to get swallowed up, sent to the back. But I guess that's a risk Brian is willing to take, and that, may I say, beautiful 01 looks so good. What is that, Nova Sim Racing? Very, very nice paint scheme he's got up there, leading the hard charge in the number 1 position as the 01. Let's just hope he doesn't get swallowed up.
Yeah, and as we come to green right here, we're going to take you on a Graham Construction Crank It Up, and know that they serve the Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee areas. If you want to find out more about Graham Construction, later on in the broadcast, we will tell you how to contact them. But we will take you on a Crank It Up as soon as they take the green.
Green flag, green flag.
And you didn't miss a thing right there into that. See? And Brad Kirby goes out in the chat and says, just another night of getting caught up. Too bad. That second stint was going to be a good one. Guess I'll be in the double header tomorrow. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night for the first time ever, double header night here on Top Esports. We're going to bring you the coverage from last week's Atlanta race that we clearly did not get to bring. We'll bring that tomorrow night. And two new guys are going to be on the call, Levi McCarty and Abram Moon. They're going to lead the coverage starting at 8 Eastern. Special start time tomorrow night. Mark your calendars. 8 Eastern Standard Time, we will go live on this channel, and we will bring the next race between me and Byron. Will be calling the Nashville Super Speedway. But the battle right here has been on. Cole Thomas, I would say arguably the fastest. As I say that, caution flag comes out. Commentator gets it again. Thank God Eric's not in my ear tonight. Caution number 4 on the racetrack. And guys, do you pit or do you stay out?
With it only being 5 extra sets, I think personally you stay out right now. They didn't get that much of a run, maybe about, I would say, 5-10 laps. That's just my opinion. Taylor, what are you thinking?
It's way too early to come down pit road after that. I mean, the tires really haven't got up to pace. They got a little bit for maybe drivers such as 0-1 of Brian Kaufman. You saw how far he fell back after that restart. He may need to consider, but as far as the rest of the field, it would be kind of a waste of tires to come down pit road this time.
And now you guys called it. Joe Tardif, Brian Kaufman, Brandon Burt. They come down the pit lane. It says Fireball Woody was involved in that accident right there, but it won't seem to let me go back there and show it. But I tell you what, we're going to go make fun of the N-Race reporter real quick. Let's catch him on camera before he gets to know that he's going to be on screen talking. Let's get old Reese Kelva. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, not a bad show so far for you. I mean, let's see. You're in eighth.
Brushed it off.
You're in eighth.
Right, we brushed it off, baby.
You're in eighth. And how proud does it make you to know that Cole Thomas is running up front and battling against two of what I would say really, really good racers in Sheldon and Thomas?
Yeah, very happy, very proud of that young guy, man. Only 16 years old. Very proud of him.
Well, he's doing a phenomenal job up there. Now he's the lone Canadian in the field now that Brad Kirby was knocked out of there. But you've been racing back here around Trevor, Tony, Robert, Levi. Anything kind of stuck out to you back there racing in the pack? Is it a little bit tighter?
Yeah, tighter. And, man, I mean, you know, how you treat turn 2 is how the rest of the track is going to treat you. you come barreling out of 2, you're going to know about it in 3 and 4. So just trying to I was trying to stay more consistent that run, and I think it helped. I'm in 8. I didn't burn off the tires as fast, so try not to hug that low line the whole way around.
So what is the tire wear like here? Because, I mean, clearly I don't drive as much. I drive from work to home, and that's as far as I get around driving. Is it really rough?
Last set was 98, 92, 99, 97, which, makes you think, oh, y'all still got a lot of tire, right? But, man, that 92 on the right front makes a difference here.
Well, hope you enjoy your 3D energy drink and you stay energized for the rest of the race. And maybe we'll see you doing a farm simulator here in just a little bit.
Sir.
If you go live before we end, I'll make sure to rate into you.
You got it, baby. You got it. Hey, a big thanks to MK2 Aerospace, Douglas Distributing, TFMG, and 3D, man. Really helping our team out. So big thank you to them.
The sponsor plugs are real. We love it. Thank you so much, Reese.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
I made sure he got his sponsors in over here because he actually does have a ton of sponsors over there on that channel. So got to plug them in when you can.
Oh, you most certainly.
Man, 56 laps on the board and 4 cautions so far. Haven't seen a lot of guys. There's not a lot of guys out of this race, Byron. Are we about to get crazy for the next 70-something laps?
Oh, goodness, I hope not, but they're more than likely going to prove me wrong here as pace car is getting ready to duck off. Thomas DeLago does have the first place position next to the 43. Cole Green flag is out. Thomas with a great jump. 41 also helping him out. Cole, though, sitting duck right now on that outside lane.
Oh, they almost made contact.
That is close call right there for Cole along with Thomas. And here comes, of course, the 84, Kerry Moore. He's going to try to work on that outside as he tries to send it through. He will move up to second position as they dive it down into turns 3 and 4. You have then Rule Thane now in third position as they rock it off at turn number 4. Cole Thomas a little bit loose, gathers it back up. No harm, no foul. He'll then pull away a little bit.
Yeah, different top 3. The only mainstay so far has been the 43 of Cole Thomas. He's been the guy that has been up front consistently throughout this race. Put Kerry Moore up there, put Rule into the third place position. Reese just jumped up to the top 5. Not shocked. He said he had good speed, he had good pace in that car, and here he comes to the front. But I'm surprised with what the 60's doing, Byron. He got kind of caught up in some early stuff, got a little loose, dropped back into the field, and he's worked his way up there from 6th place to 3rd in only a matter of like 10 laps.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Rule already this season, but man, he is making a statement for himself. As I say that, here comes the 41 of Sheldon now under him, getting around him. Reese is going to attempt to do the same thing here. Yep, there he goes to the inside also. Rule, though, man, having an excellent run for someone who's been very, very quiet so far this season.
Big, very quiet drive right now for him as he works his way on. Meanwhile, looking through the field to see if we have any battles. We got a battle for the 6th position between Crawford and Trevor, as Trevor will take a look to the inside, and that number 23. Crawford's going to try to fight back on the outside, but to no avail just yet. They're still going to be side by side as a caution is out once again.
Caution flag's out. That's Joe Tardif. That would be the recipient of the caution flag this time. Let's take a look and see what happened with him. And it looks the 16 was there. Oh, just not enough room and not enough racetrack at the same time, but not a lot of damage to the 48 of Joe Tardif. He will continue on, continue doing what he's got to do. We just bugged our in-race reporter. Cole Thomas is still mad because he had a pretty good lead. And Woody is out of the race. So, Woody, welcome to the chat. We do enjoy hearing your wonderful voice around here. So, let's go see what our buddies over at Fairfield are doing. And we'll even check out the Wolf Pump guys.
Fairfield Motorsports in Montoursville is your weekend adventure headquarters. Get out and do more. If it's fast and fun and brings smiles to faces year-round, we have it. Our huge showroom is stocked full of new and pre-owned Yamahas, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Kymco's, and Argos. Plus, Fairfield Motorsports is the area's only Traxxas retailer, the fastest name in RC. And we have all the parts and accessories to go with them. For all the coolest toys for big girls and boys, visit Fairfield Motorsports in Montoursville, your weekend adventure headquarters.
You see the two amazing side-by-sides right there. Let's go bug a driver. Who can we bug in here that would be kind of funny? Let's get Cole. Let's yank the guy that's been fast, that's just not going to tell us that he's fast. Let's go yank him mid-sentence. Yo, Cole Thomas, what's going on, man? It's Terry, Taylor, and Byron up in the booth, man. What's up?
Pretty good. How about you?
Well, not as good as you. I mean, we're calling a great race up here, and then you're down there just molly-whopping the field. You're doing a fantastic job in that 43. Can you win the thing? Are you going to be able to put this one together?
I think we have the proper strategy. So, I mean, it all depends on how many cautions happen. And right now it's actually helping us because I accidentally put on another set of tires when I didn't want to. So it's actually helping me right now, but so far it's working well.
Well, so how many sets of tires do you have?
I have 2 left.
Oof. Big oof. Can you make it the rest of the way on 2 sets?
Oh, yeah. Last set of tires we ran 24 laps on. I only went down to 91% on the right front, so should be able to do pretty good on these tires here for a little bit more.
So we see that we lost Tommy. That was one of the big threats to you, was Tommy and the 41. The 41 is going to be starting right behind you on this restart. Is there anything you're going to be able to do to kind of make it to where you can get to that high lane where you have preferred to run all race without having to wash up into the 84?
I don't think I really need to run the high lane. I think my car is pretty good wherever I stick it. I've been able to make some moves on the low lane also, so I'm just going to try to power out of this corner and hopefully get the lead.
Well, sounds really good. We'll move you back to your regularly scheduled conversation you were having. Thanks for joining us for a second.
Thank you.
Well, Byron, Taylor, this has been fun so far. I mean, we're over halfway in this race. Can we stay green the rest of the way?
Yeah, goodness, I hope so. Guys just got to play it smart at this point. They need the lineup, go single file, something. Can't get aggressive. This is a long way. It's still what I would say 55. I mean, you got to play it smart at this point.
Most certainly agree with that matter right there. You have to be smart, especially now as we're just a little over halfway for these drivers. So I think they can pull it off, but we'll have to wait and see.
Green flag's back in the air. Kerry Moore's going to get a phenomenal run on the outside. He's going to go to no man's land all the way against the wall there in turns 1 and 2, exit off the corner as we are in my personal favorite camera as well. 3 wide back here for third place as, oh, they're wrecking Kelva, 62141. They save it, and there goes Sean Kostritza.
Well, his competition that Cole just had is caught up in that wreck, so that's going to be rough. Thank goodness they got one extra fast repair hanging out in their pocket. He's probably more than likely going to come down and get that thing fixed. But, man, what do you do? I know, obviously, from a racer standpoint, you want the tires, but you want the fuel. What about up from a viewer standpoint? What would you do in this situation, Taylor?
It's still too early to come down pit road right now. Like we heard from Cole, he has 2 other sets of tires. I wouldn't want to come down this early, especially if it's going to be more cautions after this.
It's a tough break for the 6 and the 41 right there. Both were having really good runs. Just looked like a little bit of a slide right there. Man, that's tough for the 41. Sheldon has been one of the classes of the field. He's had one of the fastest cars. Him and Trevor and Cole have ran identical laps across the board. So, man, that's a tough break right there.
Certainly is, as we see some of those cars come down pit road. Reese Kelva, one of them, along with the rest of the field, as who were involved in that incident. Tough break. Sheldon, of course, was our pole sitter, had a dominant car in the early stages. He does get that car fixed and rejoin the track, but he's going to be outside the top 15 almost by the end of all this.
Yeah, that's the first time he's been outside the top 5 this entire race. So it's going to be interesting to watch him with a little under halfway to go to get them to the front to see what he can do across this board. And Byron, a lot of people have kind of got popped out. You know, Joe Tardif's going to be a lap down, Kelva, and 20th on back, or 21st on back, are out of the race.
Yeah, either lost a faster pair, got wrecked out. We've seen that happen. It's unfortunate, but it comes and goes. That's racing. We expect to see it happen. And, man, it's unfortunate to see that happen. A lot of fast drivers get taken out, and then they're out there thinking, what am I going to do at this point? For example, Thomas, Brad. Brad had an excellent car, got taken out. Thomas, incoming packet loss. Can't shy away. This is, internet. We got to be, I guess, not perfect, but at the end of the day, you can't always rely on whether or not that car is going to make it through. And, man, it's just a lot of good drivers got wiped out way too early in this race.
Yeah, James Woodard, he still could race. He's playing race control right now. And big shout-out to the guys out there that are race control. I know Brad's probably still out there in the comments. And, we're good to have a bunch of good admins around here running this league and just doing a phenomenal job. Whether it's the cameras, production work, when we finally do get the production up and running. But, Byron, looking ahead, man, next Wednesday night, you call your first race at a road course alone.
Yeah, that one's going to be fun. I've had that one circled around. Can't wait. Radio style broadcast. Y'all make sure you tune into that one. That one's going to be an excellent. We're going to bring the fire, heat, whatever you got. Hopefully not the drivers or cars on fire, but we're going to bring the heat. We're going to make it a fun broadcast and then switch around. I think not that much longer. I'm going dirt racing. You're going to have your stuff obviously to yourself again, but then, you ain't got all of this beautiful excitement right in front of you.
Yeah, well, next week, I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I'm going to win the truck race at Watkins Glen. Mark my words. I'll get to be interviewed on my own channel as the race winner. It's going to be awesome to see. But what's going to be even more awesome to see is lap 70 going to be on this board right here as the pace car goes and takes that hard right turn. That Mustang is going to lead the Camaros, and now we're green flag. Cole Thomas is hard on the gas.
Great jump by Cole Thomas as they head down into turn 1. Here comes Kerry Moore. He's going to try to send it in on the outside. A little wiggle by Thomas, but he's able to gather it back up off of turn 2. Meanwhile, a little further back, it's 3 wide action. More slight contact between Crawford, Trevor, and Tony Ressler as they try to battle it out heading into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Moore to the outside of Thomas. Can't make it stick. He'll slide up the racetrack as we see Ressler now coming in. So it's a good night for the rookies.
Tony getting up here racing in that 23 Ford. Not biased on here, but that would be pretty awesome to see Tony come up here and make some noise in the Graham Construction Xfinity Series. The 23's been kind of fast. He's worked his way up to the front. Hasn't been the fastest guy on the racetrack. I mean, he's about 0.3 off of the fast ones, but he's running consistent laps, 32-1 that last time by, and now he's taking a peek for second.
Yeah, now here it comes, battle of the 23s, 23 of Trevor Zalesny and the 23 of Tony Ressler battling side by side going in the 1. These guys won at position number 3. Locks them up. There you go. Tony now going to take off, hopefully try to catch that 84 of Kerry Moore. Kerry, though, having an excellent run, getting a little loose coming down the backstretch.
as they work down into turns 1, 3, and 4 right now. You see Wrestler gets a good run through the middle as he comes out of turn number 4. He's going to try to see if he can make up that momentum he needs on Carey Moore. And then right behind him, there you see Trevor Zalesny trying to see if he can get involved in this 3-car battle for the race lead. But here comes Levi McCarty. He's going to go to the top side of the racetrack, but can't quite make it stick. Dives it back down to the bottom as he diamonds off of turn 2.
Diamond in there. I mean, the battle for second, and they're wrecking. John Caps goes around off the front bumper of the the 73. Caution flag number 6 on the racetrack here this evening. As, John Caps would be the recipient of this caution flag, and I bet he's really, really excited that he got that one because 1-car incident, but he really hit the wall a ton.
Tough break indeed for him right there. Hopefully he can get himself back going here momentarily and continue on his way.
While we are under this yellow flag, I'd love to remind people about the amazing work at the Graham Construction job site. As soon as I find... Sitting here thinking about all the Golden Girls things that I could say right now. But the Graham Construction Company, serving Middle and West Tennessee for all your general contracting needs for all residential, custom homes, and light commercial. Call 901-301-8268. Ask for Carey Moore. That is 901-301-8268. So if you're out there in the Middle or West Tennessee regions, call him up. He's going to answer. He's going to be like, yo, what's up? I'm Carey Moore. Let me fix your stuff. James actually had some issues, and yes, I am sleepy. Very, very light sleep and a hard day at work. Has anybody ever had like their regional manager show up to your job and like you have no idea who he is and you're just like,
yes,
what do you need?
Yes, I have had that. It's the most frightening moment when you realize who that person is and you realize you're supposed to be greeting that person and you were busy doing something else.
Had no idea who this guy was today when he came walking through. He was like, hey, where can I get a tire? And I'm like, yeah, you passed it over there. He's like, what? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know. I try to be a nice guy, but sometimes in the middle of the day when it's hot, it's whatever. But Sheldon stays on the racetrack. Not a surprise. He came down. He was one of the only people to come down and pit on lap 67, along with Sean Kostritza. Byron, this could be the opportunity that Sheldon was needing to maybe get back on cycle and sequence with the other guys. They pitted lap 67, lap 75 for the guys that just pitted this time around. Do you think there's going to be much of a difference? Because we ran 3 of these under yellow.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. Sitting where he is, he could be finding himself in a very good situation when it comes later on. And I tell you what, he's fast no matter what. You put him on old tires, he's gonna be fast. Put him on new tires, still gonna be fast. Always seems like he can take one issue, turn it into something even better. But now the wholehearted part of this all is keeping that 43 of Cole Thomas right behind him. And it doesn't help that I believe Cole will be starting on that inside lane. So Sheldon's going to have to do a lot to be able to get around him. Man, it's going to be an interesting restart. Just got to hope these guys play nice and we don't see a huge wreck. But walking into this, Taylor, what are you thinking? What are you expecting?
Well, for the most part of how things have been for the past few laps, probably a little bit of chaos. Maybe some drivers might have learned a lesson. Make sure that they take care of their equipment. We're just like you pointed out, a little over the halfway point of this race, coming up with maybe 40 laps to go here once they maybe go back green flag racing in the next lap or two. So a lot of time still left for some of these drivers to make up ground here, but who knows what will happen in these closing stages.
Not very good at math, but 40-ish sounds about right around the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And these laps click off pretty fast. And I do love the 41's paint scheme around here. Sheldon has done an amazing job putting together these, but Sean Kostritza holds the lead. 46 gets the green flag. He's hard on the gas, and the 43 is all over the back bumper as they head down into one.
There you go. Sheldon was looking for something, some sort of hope. There you go. Trying to get it past John Deere. Now going to be able to run off. Hopefully being able to keep that 43, but look at that jump. Difference between new and old tires. 43. Cole Thomas now around. Is there a wreck in the back?
Yes,
There's
there
a couple of
was, but
cars
no
around.
caution.
The 8 of Matthew Fleming involved in that, but we got some great battles up towards the front of the field as Sean Korzitsa in the 46. He was involved in an incident early on. Here comes a big slide by Sheldon as he tries to dive it to the bottom of the racetrack. Big save for him as he'll hold off, and here comes Sean as they come off of turn 2. He'll almost scrape the wall as Kerry Moore will look to the inside of him, side by side as they dive it down into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, here comes Kerry Moore right alongside of that beautiful John Deere green Chevy Camaro for Sean. 77 in the Pat McAfee show. I still love that one. Of the Ford, the Mustang. That's what it is. 41, 46 go side by side. Two people on old tires or on older tires than what you would see behind them. They're kind of holding up the field, stacking them up, but they go side by side. 46 takes the advantage. 84, 77 rounds out your top 5.
Oh, Kerry just drove right through Sheldon, or maybe, I don't know what happened. Gas may have locked up, I don't know, but went right through the back end of that 41. Props to that 41 being able to save that. I thought he was going to go around. Sheldon, though, yeah, you can see the effects of him diving it in, sort of burn up the rubber he had on those tires, now keeping everybody behind him. That aero damage now, though, on that left rear is going to hurt him even more. I don't know about you. I don't know how the effects are, but I'm sure they are major at a track like this.
Certainly is going to be a major situation for him as we see a couple of cars, a gaggle of cars actually, as they work off of turn number 4. You have the 84 Kerry, the 23 of Trevor, and then Abram Moon in that number 12, and then throw in the 89 of Robert, and you got a great quartet. And then now here comes the 61 of Anthony Zirkle. Haven't seen much of him all night, but here he is inside the top 10 for the first time.
Yeah, first time Anthony Zirkle's put himself up there. Had a good time with him as the end-race reporter. I think last week he was a part of this. It was really, really fun to have him do it. But the 84, 23, 84's got a little bit of nose damage. And, yeah, Sheldon's trunk looks pretty crazy. Had a bunch of junk in it as the Michelob Ultra car wanted to pour some beer down the neck of Sheldon in the 41. But I don't think he likes Michelob. I think he's a Bud Light fan. As the 23 continues to go single file, 84, 23 are right here battling for the 6th place position.
Yeah, it seems like the guys are now starting to play a little more nice, especially after that huge incident they had. But here you go. 23 of Trevor now going to send it below, trying to get to the quarter panel of the 84 of Kerry, trying to get around him. And what's in front of him, the 18 of Levi, if he can successfully pass him, which would put him up into the 6th place position, being able to battle that out. But right now he's struggling to get around that 84.
Side by side right now, as you see that 84 Kerry Moore trying to keep the 23 of Trevor Zalensi. Here comes the 89 of Robert Doig. He's going to try to take it 3 wide. Thinks better of it as they continue to do battle. And then the battle for second still raging on between Sean, Sheldon, and Crawford. As they dive into turn 1, we see Sheldon as well as Sean get a little loose through the middle of turns 1 and 2. Crawford tried to pick his nose to the inside of Sheldon, but can't make it stick.
Can't make it stick right there. 46 doing a great job on these old tires, along with Sheldon with the back end pushed in just a tad bit. The 77 is making a charge to the front. He's doing it for the brand. Yeah, big Pat McAfee fan over here. Doing it for him. Coming up to 30 laps to go in this race. Levi's starting to make some headway as well, but here comes the 77 of 7 down into turn number 1. He's going to go side by side with the 41. Try to pull a little slide job off, but can't make it stick. Byron, they go side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, 77-18 now starting to throw some more wood into this raging fire that is going on for the position as Levi just sends it in there. Just about got the back end of the 41 again. Would have been very unfortunate, but battle now starting to heat up between that 3rd place position. 18 of Levi, though, now struggling to keep up with him. 46 now starting to drive away from that battle they were currently having.
Here comes Sheldon, though, to the inside of Sean as they come off a turn number 2. Sean has the advantage, though. He's going to be able to hold off this time around as they work down the back straightaway here. Looking through the field to see if there's any more exciting battles. You still have that battle for 8th position between Tony Wrestler as well as Anthony Zirkle as they battle for that 9th position. There you see one of the lap cars. I believe that's John Capps, who's trying to get himself back on the lead lap here. He's currently got to catch up to Matthew Flemings, who's now the first car 1 lap down.
Yeah, this battle right here between the 23 and the 61. 2 people that came into the season, or 1 person that came into the season with high hopes was Anthony Zirkle. Does a lot of racing out on the side. I think he has a league almost every single night. Goes out there, puts it on. And Tony coming in, a veteran, wanting to race in this league, wanting to expand, did a lot of practicing with these guys, got the go-ahead to come race here through Levi McCarty, who is our recruiter for this series, done an amazing job as they continue to battle on right here with 30 laps to go in this race. Cole Thomas stepped out right now I'll show you what it looks like from this cam. It is 4-second gap from him to the rest of the field, and it is nowhere in sight. Looking on his rear back bumper, he is almost a full straightaway ahead of Sean Kostritza.
Yeah, and speaking of Sean now breaking away, as I thought he was going to get a battle for a second with the 41. 41 moved up into the wall, though, now having the battle, that 23 of Trevor Zalesny, as they are now working their way through lap traffic. What looks to be the 8 of Matthew Fleming has fallen off a lot. 7 Crawford, they're going to send it 3 wide into 3 and 4. 89 to Kerry Moore got the back end of the 41 once again. Wow, unfortunate night, and it seems like those two are having magnets to each other.
Yeah, that was caution number. I lost count. Just look right here. Kerry tries to send it in there, but just loses the front end of the nose and up into the side, and nobody else was collected but the back end of the wall. So hopefully he still has a fast repair somewhere to use, and we can get back going. But while we are under this yellow flag, we're going to take it side by side.
Fairfield Motorsports in Montoursville is your weekend adventure headquarters. Get out and do more. If it's fast and fun and brings smiles to faces year-round, we have it. Our huge showroom is stocked full of new and pre-owned Yamahas, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Kymco's, and Argos. Plus, Fairfield Motorsports is the area's only Traxxas retailer, the fastest name in RC, and we have all the parts and accessories to go with them. For all the coolest toys for big girls and boys, visit Fairfield Motorsports in Montoursville, your weekend adventure headquarters.
Back live at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We are working another caution flag on the speedway. Cole Thomas still holds the lead. Sean Kostritza, Levi McCarty, 7 Crawford, and Trevor is your top 5. The 2 Chevys, a Toyota, a Ford, and another Chevy. But they're all being paced by the lone Canadian now in this field. Brad being out of the race earlier, and now Cole Thomas goes out there. The diversity in this league has been phenomenal so far, Byron, as we see a lot of people from our friends up north coming down here to race what we think is the north.
Yeah, most definitely. New Hampshire, I mean, highest point you can get, well, close to the highest point you can get up in the U.S., but one guy I would love to check in right now, see what's sort of going through brain process, is that 18 of Levi McCartney. Sitting position number 3. He's been struggling to keep up with the top 2 right now. Man, I'm surprised that about 4th on back didn't come down for tires.
Yeah, I'm surprised that a lot of people didn't. Taylor, we talked about Joe Tardif. He just came down pit road. Freshest tires on the racetrack is him. Could we see him drive through this field with less than 20 to go?
And even though fresh tires have been king, and we've seen Joe work his way up just outside the top 10, in fact, a little bit in the top 10 a couple times, he could maybe pull it off. But just due to the fact of how strong drivers such as Cole Thomas have been all night long, it's going to be tough. He can maybe get in the top 10, maybe battle for a top 5 with how fresh the tires, if we stay green, though, for the rest of the race. Now, if we get another caution and drivers are seeing how good Joe's tires are showcasing, then I'm pretty sure the top 10 are going to come down pit road and get fresh tires. And then, of course, Joe, if he's already used up all his tires, is going to be out in a big trouble and out by himself in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, could find himself in the middle of nowhere, but that Ford Mustang is going to let these Chevrolets loose, as it is a Chevrolet lockout 43-46. Toyota at Ford on the second row. Green flags back in the air. 25 laps are on the board at the Magic Mile.
Great jump by the 43 of Cole Thomas, now being able to stretch his lead out just a bit here, sort of diving it through that corner. Look at him just take off. That's just simple effects of being able to arc that corner and come out straight. One guy now I want to keep an eye on. Make sure you watch him up through this, the 77 of 7 Crawford. Look for him to try to make this move on the 18 and 46 through 1 and 2.
As they work off a turn 4, there you see Cole Thomas pulled away by about 0.4 of a second. Sean Cortizza will work his way into second. Here comes Crawford. He'll move to third. Lency will now move into that 5th spot. He's going to try to go to the outside of McCarty to get that 4th spot. Side-by-side battle for the position. And there you see Trevor get the spot away. He's going to try to send it in and go for third. Can't get close enough, though, to make it stick as Crawford dives to the inside of Sean as he gets his nose right on the outside, but can't make it work.
Can't make it work right here. We're going to take a wider camera angle so everybody can see what battles are going on, because you got a battle for second, battle for third, battle for fourth, and now here comes Robert. He has moved his way back up there, got caught up in a couple unfair incidents so far, but they come off of this corner right here, the 77 of 7. He's doing a fantastic job getting to the inside of the 46, and now they're side by side going into 3. Can't make it stick. 46 washes up. 77 gets a run off the exit, Byron.
If the 77 fails, I tell you what, that 23 of Trevor Zalesny is going to be right next in line to be able to steal that position. As you see it, he's starting to get aggressive. He wants that bottom lane as they are now side by side. 77-23 down the backstretch. It's going to be a drag race going into 3.
Side by side still as they hit the braking zone into turn 3. There you see Zalesny on the inside. He might try to pick up a 2-for-1 deal right here as he gets around Crawford. He has his nose to the inside of Sean as they come off of turn 4, but the momentum on the outside is going to help Crawford keep ahead. But here comes Zalesny. He'll dive it back to the inside, runs up to the top side of middle groove ahead of Crawford. He gets his nose out. Can't quite make it stick as they come off. Crawford nearly scrapes the wall coming off of turn number 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, still side by side right here. The big wreck. Matthew Fleming is around in the back straightaway. There goes the field. Caution flag is out. John Capps was involved as well. Just looking here on the replay. 7:02 gets on the wall, bounces off, takes the 8. And there they go. 12 gets turned. Reese in the wall as well. There goes Abram Moon. Big trouble, and it is a junkyard here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
And such a rough night for John. Started so great, had the strength, was up there running top 5, and it seems like all is going wrong for him right now. And like you said, feel more collected. I think at this point, if you can come down, get the tires, take advantage of it, because you're going to need to use every single last bit of it with only 19 to go. There you go. Guys are now going to start filing in. Who's going to be the one that stays out?
Fans at home, if you're still watching live coverage of the Graham Construction Xfinity Series, it means congratulations. You are a subscriber to the channel. Fans, if you're watching on YouTube, You do not have to be a subscriber. You're not seeing the ad, and you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. 44 seconds to go on this Twitch ad, and we thank you so loyally for the 16 of you who are out there tuned in that are subscribers to this channel. We hope to get some more, but we do appreciate you for doing what you do. I'm Terry Radford, joined alongside Byron Jones and Taylor. This has been a great race so far. Do we expect to see it go green, or do we see mayhem continue on, Taylor?
With how things have been going, I expect a little bit more chaos towards the end of this race. The drivers are being a little bit more aggressive towards the closing stages. Tensions are rising. I mean, they're trying to find their way to get themselves into a playoff and battle for a championship, and a lot's at stake for some of these drivers. Of course, drivers such as Cole Thomas, who's been one of the surprise drivers who's making their debut this season. Very strong here at New Hampshire, of course, considering since he's from Canada, this would be considered a home track for him up here in the Northeast. But, and then, of course, you have a couple of surprises right now after the pit stops. The 006 of Robert Narber, who has moved up to second place. And looking at his pit stop, a 23-second pit stop still puts him in second, surprisingly. And then, of course, you have drivers such as the 41 of Sheldon Feddick, who's been strong early on but has run into so much trouble. He's got to find a way to get around and get up there.
For the fans at home that just got back off of that ad, welcome back. We're still working this caution flag. Robert has not pitted. He goes to, no, he did pit, and he got up to the second place position on the racetrack. Surprised anybody that, yes, as James comes into the chat and says, watch the restart. Robert is not very known for very good restarts. So, Byron, are you happy that you're going to be on the bottom if you're the 77, or are you going to be really mad you're up top like Sean Kostritza?
I don't know what you're talking about. With the youngest man on the field, the 006 of Robert, I think you're going to be just fine. But I would want to be hanging out in that bottom lane, allowing that help with the 43 of Cole. Yeah, you said it. I think if you're the 46, got to be looking for different ways around, because obviously you can't take that inside, so you got to hope that 006 leaves some sort of room for you to get around him there.
Yeah, 70-something years old out here racing, and he's running second. I mean, this could work into his advantage, Taylor, if we got a caution and, we just kept stacking them up.
Certainly is a good opportunity for him, but he's got to make sure that he stays put and holds on as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing.
Gets a great start.
He does get a great start, but does he get penalized for beating the leader to the line as he backs it off big time?
He just about took out that 46. Whew.
Scared the dickens out of me. I about had gray hairs like Estelle Getty. Man, Golden Girls references. Love them. Here comes the 77 of 7. He's battling for the P2 position. Chevy Ford, top 3 on the racetrack. John Deere Green goes to the outside. Pat McAfee's trying to kick it in for the brand, Byron.
Sheldon getting loose, coming out of 3. That's going to allow 23. As I say, that caution is called. But 41 got a break there, was starting to get loose, just about got around, but was able to save it. I'm wondering who got involved in that wreck, because it's looking like 23 of Tony may have some new damage on the rear end of his race car.
84 gets loose, takes the 18 and 9, 89, 6, 12, 61 for all of you Zirkle fans out there. Hit 01 gets clobbered again. That brings out the parking lot at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Goodness. It has been fun.
I got to ask, Taylor, how much more aggressiveness can you take being the guys in the back? And sort of when is the time that you let off and say, hey, you know what? I got to take off. I can't be here anymore.
That's going to be the tough question right there. I mean, a lot of these drivers are so interested since they have the fresh tires that they can go up there and battle for their position. But you got to be able to be balanced with this. You got to be aggressive, but also give a little bit. I mean, we're just under 20 laps to go. With how the race has been running with caution after a couple of laps or a lap or so, that if you just take your time, get a couple of spots, and time it just right, you could battle for a top 5 finish possibly, or maybe even go up and battle Cole Thomas for the win. but you have to be balanced with your patience and your aggressive executions. Otherwise, you're going to be like some of these damaged race cars out here who's going to be struggling.
Well, fans at home, we're starting a poll of how many laps we will stay under the green flag right here. Your options are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or other. We'll start the poll. The duration of this is going to go on for 3 minutes long. So polls out there in the chat for all of you there. Let me know at home what you think.
I tell you what, looking through the field here, you think it's a demolition derby or something. I mean, God, I would say maybe 6 guys have a clean race car. On my counts, that's not a good number at all, considering we have 20-something guys. But, hey, they're trying to make it work. The 2 cleanest guys right now sitting position 1 and 2. The next guy that actually looks like he has a clean race car is sitting all the way back here in 9th, which is the 12 of Abram Moon. So this is going to be interesting. Obviously, it's going to show that aero is not sort of an effect here at this track, with it being a short track, which I would expect aero would have a little more of an effect. But, man, a lot of damaged race cars. How much does that affect them?
I think with Abram, he just took his first fast repair of the evening. So maybe Abram will get up there and make some noise. He's right behind Reese in 8th. But I really think nobody has anything for Cole today. He's on it.
He certainly is. He has been a very good drive here for him today. And with these last few laps to go, we're coming up with 10 laps to go when we take the green flag. Gentlemen, can he hold on, or will someone be a little too aggressive here in the closing stages?
I hope somebody's aggressive. I hope somebody's aggressive here and comes up here and takes it. I know 7. Byron, we've watched 7 throughout the duration of our time covering races over here. He's been the aggressor. He's like the Earnhardt of this league. And with Pat McAfee on the hood, you kind of got to do it.
Yeah, and it seems like when he wants this win, he's going to get the win, because he's going to be that hard charger that says, hey, you know what, no matter what, this is going to happen. But the 43 Cole Thomas does have first place. Green flag is waving. Great restart by everybody up until what looks to be maybe 7th has fallen back just a little bit. Guys, though, starting to spread out as the bit 7 gives the 43 a bumper, trying to give him the bump and run. 3 wide coming through the backstretch.
That gives the opportunity for Sean to get on the outside. He'll move up to the race lead. Here comes Cole Thomas. He'll dive it to the inside as they stay side by side for the race lead. Sheldon tries to stick his nose through the middle to take him 3 wide, but that was an exciting battle right there off of turn 2.
And exciting how the 43 saved it, but what did it do to his tires? 10 laps to go. They crossed this line, 46, 43, 41. All the 4s are in the top 3 right now. Can they make this stick side by side down the back straightaway? They're coming. 43 is still sideways, Byron.
Yeah, 43 Cole is now starting to get aggressive. He wants this win. He wants to be able to drive away. Led what I would say more than half this race is now you see the 23 Trevor Celestine now trying to get involved. But here comes 77 of 7 now trying to find his way back in contention. But 43 now out loud and proud. Looks like he's going to try to drive away. As I say that, 46 to the inside. Expect to see a bump and run with the way these guys are driving right now.
They have been battling hard here for the past 112 laps. 8 laps to go for your race leader, Colt Thomas. He has now broken away a little bit by about half a second. Goes a little too wide through 3 and 4. That's going to allow Sean Krasesti to try to gain some ground on him as they come off of turn 4, as the rest of the field tries to get single file and battling all over the racetrack. Here comes Trevor Zelenski to the inside. Contact is made as he will get around Crawford to get that 4th position away.
4th position changes hands, but the top 2 have stayed the same. But here comes Sheldon. Sheldon works his way to the inside of the 46 of Sean. He's going to make that pass rather easily, but can he catch the 23? They're coming to 7 laps to go here, Byron. Is there any opportunity for the 41? And for the fans at home, the poll has spoken. We think we're going to go 2, 3, or 4 laps, and we would have been wrong. This is lap number 5 under the green flag condition.
Yeah, Cole now still being able to drive away at this point. I think he's got it locked up unless if Sheldon can sort of hit the extra knots that he's got hanging out in his car. I don't know what he's got under that hood, but 43 at this point just got to set his sights on what he can. But 41 now trying to make a hard charge. He may be proving me wrong here in a minute. It's now Sean starting to fall back more. Falling back. Actually, as I say that now, Trevor falling back to 7 Crawford. 7 having a rough time. Man, 43 just he's seeming like he's the man to beat right now.
Certainly showcasing that speed and talent as he comes off of turn 2 down the back straightaway, pulled off to about half a second now over Sheldon as they head down into turns 3 and 4. Sheldon sends it in there. You notice some of the tire street marks that are leaving as he enters turn 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, he'll get still the gap about 0.4 of a second as they come down the front straightaway. It is going to be 4 laps to go here as they dive it down into turns 1 and 2, and Sheldon is trying to send it in there. But, gentlemen, can't quite make it stick to where he gets that gain he needs off corner exit.
Lap off here, 5 to go as they come across the line back there. 4 to go when they come here. Sheldon can't seem to get the run there, but the battle holds true back here. 77-23. Try to go into 2 wide into turns 3 and 4. They'll make it stick. 41 gets loose. 43 can set sail if we don't get a caution. Byron, key word, if we don't get a caution.
Yeah, I think at this point you're going to see guys like maybe the 23 of Trevor and the 77 of 7. As I say that, there goes 7. 23 looks like he may be having issues with his race car right now. But, yeah, at this point you got to play it smart. I think everybody's too spread out, too lined up at this point. As I say that, 46 now going to make an attempt on that 41 as we're going to have side-by-side battle. That should allow the 43 to be able to stretch his lead even further.
What a drive indeed for Cole Thomas as he comes off of turn number 2. Here's the battle for second, though, between Sean Korzvritsa and Sheldon Fatik as they battle it off of turn 2. That's only good news for Cole Thomas as he's able to pull off to an 0.8 of a second lead over the second and third place drivers. Crawford tries to close in 4th position. Zelensky's fallen off the pace a little bit as they come off of turn 4. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. 23 caught the wall about 2 laps ago, slowed him up. 77 gets by, moves him to the 4th place position. Sheldon trying to sell it in the corner with the 46 of Sean Kostritza. Can't make it happen. Cole Thomas sees the white flag down the back straightaway for the second to last time, and he's going to see the white flag is coming out of 3 and 4, Byron.
Man, one dominant race he has had so far, being able to hold off everybody from the 41 to the 48. I mean, excellent run. 46, 41 still going to try to continuously battle for this. White flag is waving. Cole Thomas has 1 lap remaining through 1 and 2.
Thomas, he still has a good advantage over the rest of the field. Down the back straightaway for the final time, gentlemen. He is going to be in all by himself through 3 and 4.
Coming off of turns 3 and 4 for that final time. 43 sees victory lane in his sights for the first time in the Xfinity Series. Cole Thomas, the Canadian, wins at New Hampshire.
How about that odds stacked against him? Only 2 guys in the field that are Canadians able to come out. Top part of the U.S. able to come in and dominate this race. And yes, he did dominate it. Man, I can't wait to see what he burns it down because this one is going to be a long one.
What a drive for the rookie and a great race overall. I mean, we saw some great, exciting battles in the opening stages. It kind of had a little bit of a up and down momentum run in the middle and towards the end, but a great way to cap off a race for the young Cole Thomas.
What a race as he just tears them down in that Douglas distribution Chevrolet. And fans, we're going to get a chance to talk with Cole Thomas as he sits here and burns them down on the front straightaway. Let's go grab our winner. Cole Thomas, man, what's up? It's the booth.
Hello.
Well, you put on one heck of a show down here. You kind of a home racetrack for you, being from Canada in New Hampshire. You put on a stink fest and went and won this race.
Yes, sir. I just don't know how I did it. I thought they had me at the end. I messed up a couple corners, and I just don't know how.
Well, you did a good job on getting there. Any shout-outs for you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting my sponsors? Douglas Distributing, 3D, Beer Nuts, MK2 Aerospace, and just everyone. Just yeah.
Well, congratulations for the 23. And Byron, you have a very disappointed P2 finisher in Sheldon Fedek.
Yeah, Sheldon Fedek being able to grid up, take the pole, had somewhat of a dominant first half of the race, and then Cole took over the rest. But walk us through those last few laps. Seems like you had the speed, just fell a little bit short.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. Cole did a great job. So did Sean. They gave me room all day when I was around him. Appreciate that. I was trying different things. Cole was fast, and I was just trying to see what I could do to get up there and pressure him for the win.
Well, just coming short, I tell you what, walking in the next week, you feeling pretty good? You feel like your chances are going to be high?
Depends. Where are we going?
Give me 1 sec. This is a failure on the broadcast part.
That would be the Watkins Glen International Raceway.
Oh, I feel good there. I like the Watkins Glen in the NASCAR cars. They're fun to drive there. They're a handful, and getting through the bus stop's always fun. I got a good shot there. Should be a good race. Thanks to you guys broadcasting and Top Esports and Beef Jerky Unlimited for our team and away we go. So thanks, guys.
Most definitely. There you go. And I believe, Taylor, you do have RP number 3, Sean Kutcher's.
Yes, indeed. I'm here with Sean. Sean, a great performance. You were towards the top 10 in the early stages, but you were able to battle your way up in for a top 5. How did you feel your race was going for you?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I certainly didn't expect to be, P3. I thought we were probably more along the lines of a 10, top 10 car. But, hey, track position is key. It's everything. So.
It certainly is. And towards that end of where we started having those caution run periods, did you feel confident enough to where you could maybe go and battle with Cole for that race win?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really kicking myself in the butt for overdriving 3, and then I got loose off of 2, 2 laps later, and kind of gave second away there too. But congratulations to the top 2. I mean, great racing all day along with them. A lot of respect between, the top drivers here today.
Well, before we let you go, is there anyone else you'd like to give a shout out to?
Hey man, as always, Fairfield Motorsports, Graham Construction, Wolf Pumps, we appreciate all you guys, and you guys up in the broadcast booth as well. You guys do a heck of a job.
Well, much appreciate that. Congratulations on your podium finish there, Sean. And Terry, what a race we've had here today.
What an incredible race across the board, and it was awesome to be a part of it. Thank you, Taylor, for coming on and doing this Xfinity race with us. Still a little bit under the weather, probably why I'm still a little bit tired around here. But Byron, Taylor, it's been great calling this race with you guys. Any final thoughts as we wrap this show up?
Oh, man, I mean, guys just had to lay off a little bit, obviously. It was a rough race, but at the end, they were able to take away. I mean, Cole had an excellently dominating fashion, just like Cardinals last weekend. Just saying, sorry, Terry. But yeah, walking in the Watkins Glen. I mean, these guys are going right and left. Just got to be patient. Hopefully, can't wait to see what next week's going to bring.
The drivers here that came here to battling tonight, we saw how everything possibly changed. We saw how one driver dominated in the early stages, and then towards that middle, once things started making the change, a newcomer started to showcase his talents and speed, and he now has momentum on his side. We head to Watkins Glen for the next round, of course, gentlemen, and that track is going to always be a wild card no matter where you go in the world of motorsports. So it's going to be exciting, and I got to say, thank you guys for having me on.
We appreciate you. I appreciate you for having me over there on Podium Esports for great coverage that we did over there with the GT for Operation Motorsport. And ladies and gentlemen, the fight's not over for Operation Motorsport. Go head over to operationmotorsport.com. You can go still be a part of what they got going on with the donations. Their goal is $10,000. Let's make that happen. Don't forget about our partners over at pinkatford.org as well. If you're feeling generous this time of year, we're coming close on Halloween and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Go give just a little bit, even if it's just $1. Be a part of something big, and y'all have a great night. For all of us here at Top Esports, for Taylor, for Byron,